Matthew, first of all, thank you very much for being here. And how's it going?
Hey man, yeah, thanks. Thank you so much for having me. I wish we were in studio together, but this is still awesome. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this weekend. It's my first time performing in Namibia.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm very excited. Doing very well. It's a good time of the year.
Have you ever been to Nam just like casually?
I've been one time also to Swakopmund,
Yeah.
which is where I'll be staying this time. But yeah, just one time, and it was like it wasn't even a full 24-hour period. So yeah, so this is now I'll be there for 2 days. It's the longest I'll ever be. But yeah, I'm excited, very excited.
We'll get you for longer next time. And yeah,
Yes.
sunscreen and hydration, I think, is the immediate recommendation.
Okay. Thank you. That's very helpful to know.
A lot of people, they hear you on the radio, but they haven't seen you live. What's a Matthew Mole gig like? We hear the tunes. What can we expect when we see you live?
Sure. I mean, I'm just grateful that you're playing the tune. So thank you. That's amazing. What's awesome about the timing of this is that in December, it's normally a very busy period in music. So we tour quite a lot. So it's quite a good time because it kind of gives me a moment to like figure out little kinks in the live set. So by the time we're in this weekend in Namibia, it's going to be awesome. So I'm not sure of all the songs that people might be familiar with, if anyone in Namibia is familiar with any Matthew Mole music, but I'll try and play the ones that I think people might find familiar, which is
Yeah.
like some of my older music. And then I'm also planning on releasing a bunch of new stuff next year, so I'm trying some new songs out as well.
Awesome.
And it's basically just two of us on stage. It's myself, and then I have my friend who plays drums, and he just kind of helps. He brings the energy of the show up a bit. So it's quite a high energy show. I'll be getting people as involved as they would like to be. And then I like to have moments where we bring it down, play a few love songs, some
Yeah.
ballady type songs, and yeah, it's a bit of an overall. It's fun. It's fun. I have a lot of fun, and I try and get it to be fun for everybody else as well.
What are you bringing to the gig instrument wise? Because you play like a bunch of stuff, but surely traveling with all that is a bit of a mission. So, what do you bring to the gig?
That's a good question. I like to play as many different little instruments as I can on stage. So I mean, other than the friend that I spoke about that's playing drums, I will play a bunch of different kinds of guitars, acoustic guitar, electric. Got a little ukulele. That's my favorite thing to play. I wanted to bring my banjo with, but it's just a little bit tricky getting it
Yeah.
like crossing borders with it. And then I play a little bit of piano on stage, and my favorite thing to play is actually just got these two massive drums that I play with. Myself and my drummer have a little drum battle. So there's a lot of different stuff going on stage,
Yeah.
just to add to the fun. I mean, add to the fun for me at least.
It's so weird, like
Yeah.
with drums, even if you can't, I think whenever there's a big drum or just drums or like a drum circle, we all go into this like weird primal instinct and just like bash
Yeah.
away. It really is fun. I agree. Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
talk music for a second, the writing and everything. According to the internet, now we know what's on the internet, so pinch of salt, but when you start a new song, you like to start with an idea for words, a beat, or a tune. It doesn't really, it's sort of whatever comes first. And then you start recording your different instruments, you switch between them, you
Yeah.
start building this complete song. Firstly, is that true?
That's pretty true. Yeah, pretty much. I don't even know if how much I've ever spoken about that. So that's pretty cool that you found that. I basically start with, where's my little guitar? I don't even have it here, but I've got a small little, it's like, it's not quite a ukulele, but it's
Yeah.
not a full-size guitar. It's like a small, big ukulele kind of thing. And it's just so nice. It's got four strings. So what that does for me is it limits how I can overthink the performing side of
Yeah.
it. And then what I try to do is, yeah, focus on maybe some lyrics or some chord progressions as the starting point so that it's just me and a guitar. And then from there, hopefully the song idea itself can build. And then I'll start adding production elements like maybe some drums or maybe some bigger synths or the bass. There's a bass behind me.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I kind of try and start as stripped down and bare as possible because I feel like a good song can be good with a full production, like a big band and everything, but then you could still hear that it's a good song when you strip it down to just
Yeah.
one instrument and a vocal. So that's kind of why I like to start as simple as possible.
But then when you have your finished product, how different is it from that original idea if you add all
Yeah,
that
that's a
extra
good
stuff?
question. Yeah, I think it's pretty different. I mean, again, I still want the core of the song itself to come through, whether or not it's a full production or stripped down. But yeah, I mean, I love production, so yeah, it'll definitely change. There'll be suddenly the drum groove will be introduced, and
Yeah.
that'll add something that's so different. And yeah, so it'll ideally what I want for it to be is the same song just with a few extra
Yeah.
flavors and stuff. But because I enjoy the production process so much, it'll be a bit more than that. So there'll be a lot more to it, which I like because then you could have two different versions while still having the core of the same song.
There's a band I like that they call it spice racking. So you don't try and go too far away,
Yeah.
but you just add a few little extra things to change the flavor
Yes.
of it, but it's still the original thing. On the topic of writing music and everything, what drives more? Will the emotion drive the music, or will the music sort of steer the emotion of the song?
Sure, that's such a good question. No one's ever phrased it like that or asked that. That's so good. I mean, I think it's a bit of both. Sometimes I'll have something that I want to write about, and there's already a specific emotion attached to that feeling or that concept or whatever it is, and then I'll want to try and bring that out in the song. So try and kind of, if it's something sad that I've experienced, then I want that emotion to come through. But then sometimes I'll try and write, and then suddenly there'll be a specific feeling that just comes out of like nothing
Yeah.
almost. And then it'll make me feel certain things where that now like that's kind of leading the way to the music. So yeah, I don't know, it's a bit of both. A bit of the music will sometimes
Yeah.
dictate it, or sometimes I already know what I'm feeling, and it's amazing what music can do, man.
Yeah, and on that topic of what
Mm.
music can do, I think a lot of people they will use music to heal from a bad situation, whether they
Yeah,
themselves are a musician writing or if you're just a consumer of music. I think we've all had that moment where you realize like the cathartic power of music. Has a song or an
totally.
artist ever pulled you out of a dark place and given you that inspiration to keep going?
There's things where music has helped me a lot in many ways, sometimes in good ways. And then yeah, in a dark place, I definitely have a few different playlists that I have that have the kind of music that'll take me out of a dark place. But then my favorite thing is actually when I'm like overthinking things in my mind and I get myself into a dark headspace. I've got a playlist of instrumental music. It's just the music itself.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like stuff no one even knows, but the music itself, and it helps me to just kind of get into a bit of a clearer headspace and like not clutter
Yeah.
what or the clutter that's already in my head, not over clutter it. So that's my favorite thing to do is instrumental music and like kind of like calming music, I guess, but sometimes not even. It's just yeah, I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is, but I think it's that it just helps my overthinking that I do.
I
Yeah.
think, especially if you say instrumental, that kind of makes a lot of sense because then you don't have whatever someone's singing about steering you
Yeah,
further in a direction. It's like you can interpret it for yourself and have it, which
for
is a
sure.
great thing about music as well, because a million people
Yeah.
will listen to a song and have a million different reasons for listening to it. So
Yes,
that's really cool.
exactly.
Let's talk Matthew Moore. If there's a fan out there, their buddy said, listen, you got to check this guy out. We're going to go to his gig. What's the song, the one Matthew Moore song you'd say they must check out first?
Sure. Wow. So my answer would probably be the wrong answer because it would just be whatever my favorite one is at the moment, which is actually because I'm working on new music. It's unreleased at the moment, but I would say the safest song to tell, not safest, but like the best like song to tell someone just because I've noticed that it's got the most fun energy live on stage, and then most people that don't even really know who Matthew Muller is might recognize the song. It's called "Take Yours, I'll Take Mine," um, and that's kind of that's like a good overall idea.
We played that one this morning.
Oh, no worries. Hey, thanks. That's amazing. Oh,
um,
thanks for playing it.
let's go to the gig. 10 minutes before the show's about to start. You got the necessary practice out the way. You guys are ready. You're locked in. Any superstitions, rituals, any weird stuff, or are you just good to go?
I I think I love this. I love this side of things. So I've never really had any like pre-show rituals or anything other than obviously like a vocal warm-up or whatever,
Yeah.
but that doesn't count. But recently over the last about a year it's been there's when I travel, there's 5 or 6 of us that travel as a crew. So it's just me and one other guy on stage, but we still feel like a whole
Yeah.
team, the whole crew, sound engineer, tour manager, there's a whole bunch of guys involved. And we've started doing this thing like within half an hour before we go on stage. It's just this thing where we like huddle together and we've got this I think it's an Irish blessing or something, but it's like
Okay.
this awesome little It's just like a few lines of this like song that we sing, and everyone just kind of it just kind of helps us.
Yeah.
Firstly, it helps us all just kind of get onto the same page. We're like, okay, guys, we've got this mission now. Let's go and win. But then also, it just kind of brings our energy levels, like it brings the morale up between
Yeah.
us the way it needs to. It's very fun. We actually learned it from a few bands that I've been touring with, and they were like, you need to start doing that in South Africa. So now we're going to bring it to Namibia, which is even more amazing.
How important is it traveling with your own guitar or your own whatever your favorite stringed instrument
Oh.
is? Because if you show up to a gig, it is weird if someone's like, "Hey, here's Fricky's guitar" or something. It doesn't feel the
Yes.
same. You want yours.
Yeah.
Is that an important thing for you?
Yeah, it is actually. I mean, it's important because yeah, obviously I'm used to my own guitar, but it's also like again on the technical side of things, it's like the way that our technical stuff is set up is in such a way that like it only takes us about 5 to 10 minutes to do a sound check,
Yeah,
but that's because we always use exactly the same
same.
equipment.
Yeah,
And if one thing changes, then it can actually disrupt everything, which can happen. I mean, I don't know, like it's happened to me before where I've used someone else's guitar, and it's amazing and very kind of people to let me do that. Because I think it's a scary thing to like give someone else your guitar to let them use for an
yeah.
hour on stage. But yeah, it's a strange one. It's like it definitely feels weird. Like, I mean, I don't have any children, but it's like you're holding somebody else's child. Like, firstly, you don't want to mess it up, but also it doesn't know you. You don't know it very well.
It's a great
That kind of thing.
analogy.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the music that you are listening to. What's your top artist right now, sort of out there? Well, it doesn't have to be new. It can be something from back in the day, just something that you find yourself putting on repeat.
Yeah. So specifically lit like over the last week, literally, I'm loving Sam Fender. I've always liked Sam Fender, but I've been listening to his stuff a lot. I don't know if
Yeah.
you know much Sam Fender, but he's really good.
Can I put this to you? Because I've explained Sam Fender to people like this, and no one's quite getting what I'm saying. Sam Fender
Ah.
is if Bruce Springsteen and the Killers merged.
I was gonna say the Killers. Yeah, that's a great example.
I,
It's a
I think I think
perfect
it's
example, actually.
I think there's so much brass in his music that's why I keep getting
Yeah.
this like the boss vibe. But
It's
it's
such a good. I'm gonna remember that though. That's the perfect way to explain Sam Fender if no one knows him. Right.
who's an artist that people I don't like guilty pleasures. I think if you like something, you like it. It's yours to
Yeah,
like
that's
as
true.
as long as it doesn't hurt anyone, of course. So when it
Yes,
comes
yes,
to music, let's not say guilty pleasure. Let's say who's an artist, a band, or something out there that you're listening to that people might be surprised to know you're listening
yes.
to.
I do like harder music than what I make. Like the music that I make is very different to the music that I listen to, which I
Yeah.
think is where you're getting at. My favorite band of all time and favorite live show I've ever seen of all time is The Hives. They're like a Swedish
Yeah.
like rock and
The
roll band.
suits.
Yeah, they wear suits and
Yeah, yeah.
stuff. Yeah. They're very cool. Five guys in the band, and they even have two tech guys that help them on stage. They just kind of help them switch guitars
Yeah.
or if anything goes wrong, and they dress up as ninjas on stage. But it's like the music they make is amazing. I love it so much, and their live show is like the best I've ever seen. It's really, really good. So maybe that's one, just because it's very different to the music that I make. I wouldn't be able to pull off music like The Hives. I just love to listen to it.
Aside from music, what else are you taking in?
I basically fill my time with music because I
Yeah.
love it,
Yeah.
not because it feels like work. But one thing which I think is so strange, never thought I would ever enjoy this, but one thing I've started getting into, this is maybe even unrelated from what you're asking, but I've been getting into playing golf.
Oh
And I go
yeah?
and do that with a couple friends of mine. I don't see myself as a golfer in any way, but I like that it's so different to music, that it's
Yeah.
just like something else that I can do very occasionally with some friends and friends that also aren't even musicians. So they know nothing really about what's going on when I'm on tour. It's quite fun, quite a cool, almost like not an escape, but like just something very different. So it's just another way for me to kind of use my mind, and it's another like problem solving
Yeah.
game for me to play. So yeah, I don't know. There's that. That's that's something I can think of.
Would you say golf can also be a little bit of an outlet? Because I mean, the idea
Yes,
is to pummel that thing off in the distance.
for sure is. But I think what it is for me is more teaches me how to control my emotions. It's like I'm very bad at golf, so most of the time when I try to hit a ball, it goes like nowhere. and then it's you just try not to get annoyed with yourself or frustrated or whatever. So that's also quite fun. But yeah, it's totally an outlet.
I think it is important, like for anyone, whatever your walk in life is, to have an outlet of some sort. That
Yes,
is, and especially the way you
I
put
agree.
it, so detached from what you do each and every day. So that's maybe
Yeah.
why golf is such a good one.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. You've made it make a lot more sense to me now, so thanks for that.
Matthew, before we say goodbye, I want your life in 5 songs. These are 5 songs. It could be your own, someone else's, all genres, all styles are welcome. That would sum up the life of Matthew Mole.
Wow. Okay, I love that. Okay, so first one I'm gonna say the Hives because we spoke about them.
Yeah.
Maybe my favorite song of theirs is called um Tick Tick Boom. That's a good one. It's just sums up their energy and it sums up the kind of music I like to listen to. Obviously, music's a big part of my life, so that's why that's one of the songs. And then I love um I love holiday festive music. So now, since we're in December,
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop a Frank Sinatra, "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas."
Okay.
But
Okay.
if it
Awesome.
wasn't that, it would be anything Frank Sinatra. But because we're in December, I'm gonna mention one of the songs will be a Frank Sinatra Christmas tune. That's a good one. And then we got three more. I mean, I'll make one of the songs my own just because, not because I guess we're talking about me, but it's called Same Parts, Same Heart. That's a song that I wrote for my wife. It's the first song I ever wrote for her. It was like I'd only known her for a couple months, and she's obviously like the biggest part of my life.
Yeah.
So that has to be mentioned for sure. And then two more songs. I'm a big fan of Coldplay.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to put Fix You in there because, like we were talking about earlier on, sometimes music can help someone like heal through a dark time. I feel like that would be the song I would go to, Fix You by Coldplay.
Yeah.
And then there's a song called this might sound a bit left field compared to the four I just said, but it's always on my like sum ups at the end of the year when I look at all the music I've listened to by Maverick City Music. It's what they're called. Could be any of their songs, but the one that I always have on there that I always listen to is called Jireh, Jireh. So that's yeah. I think those are five very, very disconnected five, but I think that sums me up.
That's really
Disconnected.
that's awesome. Okay, I don't know that last one. I'm definitely gonna go check that one out.
Really good, really
Maverick
cool.
City Music.
Yes, yes, very good. It's
Awesome.
like a group of people. They're really good.
This is off topic, on topic, off topic. If you want to have heartbreak, but also feel joy, but feel sadness, but feel happiness, did you see Coldplay's rendition of Fix You at the last Glastonbury where they got Michael J. Fox on stage?
No.
You must go watch that.
Wow.
And then they
Michael
bust
J.
into
Fox.
obviously
Oh,
a
did he play
yeah,
guitar? Sorry.
I don't mean this in a mean way. You can obviously
No,
see
his health isn't so
it's
good.
not
Yeah.
plugged in. Just by
Okay, yeah.
if you
Just
play
by
an
vibe.
instrument where he's sort of located on the fretboard, but just the fact that they brought him
Yes.
out and they even have a little
Wow.
section where Chris Martin goes, "Go Johnny, go go go," referencing
Yes,
Back to the
that's
Future.
awesome.
So that's really cool.
That's what
But
I was wondering.
yeah, that one
Oh,
gave
I'll
me
go look
like
for that.
goosebumps. Yeah. Matthew,
That's
thank you so much for
amazing.
having a talk with us, man. This was really awesome. Just you in person. This isn't even your music. This is just you having a talk with
Um,
us. And you're such an awesome dude. I would recommend
you
everyone
are.
right now go. It's on howler.com. It's this Saturday, 13th at Rogers in Walfish Bay. Matthew Mole, Prime Circle, bunch of local acts. It's going
Yeah.
down. It's going to be Bayrock. It's going to be a Joel. Dude, you're a
Oh, it will.
legend. We can't wait.
You're a legend. Thank you so much for the time. Next time I will come and visit you and we'll do this in studio. That would be amazing. And this is awesome. You have such awesome like stuff to chat about that like nobody else chats about. So thanks for making that so cool as well.
Dude, thank you so
That's
much. Have
amazing.
yourself an amazing day.
Thank you. You as well. Thank you, man.